Hello everyone, my name is Dima, aka WolfEater, and you're joining me today on deck creation tutorial. The basics. Hopefully it's not gonna be like my last scouting. Well, I did last scouting, but deck creation is actually supposedly the second tutorial. So from here it all begins. Armory. Okay. So in this short video, hopefully, I will try to explain the basics of how to create a deck, modify it, and in later stages how to use advanced options of deck creation. This series of videos aren't stopping you at a certain deck build, strategy, or tactics. All builds are good and valid in my eyes. You can rush, you can super defend, you can learn them all and their counters. So do whatever you want, guys. I'm here to actually only explain the basics of how to start this whole thing. As you see, there is 828 units available. There is a huge amount of what you can use and how to use them. Infantry, I actually explain it in an infantry tutorial, so if you didn't see that, go see it after this tutorial, because this is also a part of deck creation, to understand which infantry does what at which point and how to use them. Okay, so the basics of deck creations. Know at least one nation to the fullest, all of his units. And why is that? To actually use tactically in game and think through the game and analyze the map. In order to do something, you will need to know what you have, and because not knowing what you have, you won't be able to do anything. You won't know what to do. Yes, you will be able to send tanks somewhere, but that's not gonna do you any good. If you want to win, you need to know. You need to know stuff. Okay, so know at least one nation to the fullest, all its units, how to use them. Play with it. Play in a 10 against 10. This is a great. I'm not gonna say great, but it's in a box that you can actually. A sandbox that you can actually try them all, and like bullshit, you don't care if you win or lose, it doesn't matter. I would say start with only one nation at the beginning, but if you cannot, and if you're not feeling ready, start okay, scratch that. My mistake. I would suggest to use one nationality, and if you're not capable enough, use an alliance. But sometimes those I would suggest against that, because knowing the alliance is you need to know almost all of the alliance. All the NATO deck or all the Russian decks, and understand what and when to take it. It's kind of hard. I would go only with Russia or go only with France. If you're good enough, you can also go into plays like only Swedish deck, only German are also good, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not gonna play them. I never played them and I never will. But German, France, British, I heard they have bad AA. I never tried them. And USA, but USA have a lack of ATGM infantry, so watch for that. Okay. The reason that you need to know all the units is to understand how they work, is because you need to know their strong sides and their weak sides. And that's why also I suggest to people to play all of them. After you played a certain deck and you're good at it, go play another, and then another, and then another, and another. This way you will know all the units in game. You will know their strong sides, you will know their weak sides, you will know that the Me 31, let's say, is not a good unit when you're too close or when you're turning. You will know things that you would never know without playing them. I strongly suggest about it. I try not to make people do a certain thing or another, but this you have to do, really. If you want to be a great commander, if you want to be great at this game, you need to try them all. I know it's hard. It's hard to change your strategy, but you have to do it. Go read on the forum. I'm sure some people posted their kind of decks in which kind of decks they have, how they use it. You can take that, or you can actually, if you're good enough, you can actually look at the deck. Let's say USA deck only is a little bit different than all other decks. You need to use USA deck differently, and so your strategy from the beginning of the game will be different in the whole game. What also helps is to learn actually the history of the Cold War and understand the mechanics of the war mechanics of USA, the war mechanics of Russia, the plans of NATO against Russia and the plans of Russia against NATO at those points. And but understand that that will give you very little, because a lot of them have nuke plans and anti-air long range, and some of them are not gameable. Like Tunguska and the Buck are real range are higher than in this game. The Vipel, which is the MiG 31 armed rockets, which are long range rockets. The Vipel R-37 actually can go to up to 40 kilometers, something like that, and not 12. So it's all different, but you also need to know how to put it out of the book and put it in the game. Okay. The second basic is vetting against usage. So how you know that you need to vet that unit or that unit? As you know, if you vet a unit, the unit itself will be less. You will have less availability of the unit in war. Sometimes less availability will means you lose, because not all of us can actually save all our units throughout the whole game and be safe against anything. Let's go into a deck. Just create a deck. Pact, select Russia. Blah blah. Blah blah. Okay, creating. So here we go. Let's say I have in mind that I want to have a unit which I will put in enemy base and will actually be able to kill anything comes its way. Of course, the infantry are very strong in WALB, in staying in houses. Yes, there is ways to kill infantry in houses, but their strength is in houses. Forests are traps. Forests are very big traps to napalm bombs, to artillery, so you have to be very careful with forests. So the VDV got me an option of 12 or 8 and a little bit of veteran tendency to it, and I have options of MI-24 series and MI-17 or MI-8 series. Now what I want to do in game is to rush into points that my vehicles, my fast 150 vehicles, my BTRs can't get there in time, in order to decline the enemies coming in. So that's why I'm using MI8s, and also MI8s are good against units like going into a backdoor enemy base and trying to kill CVs, which were more applied to Wargame European escalation, and I believe at some point more people will try to maneuver their units in more than one way, in maybe in cheap helicopters or in ground units. But the ground units, I think more about the ground units, because the ground units are like, you can't scout it from the air. The problem is with helicopters, you can scout it from with airplanes very easily. Okay, so the units that you will vet are the units that you will try to keep them more alive, and one option is that you need them more alive, stronger, shoot more accurate, because vetting not only gives him accuracy, it gives about like 5 or 8 accuracy, it also gives him the survivability. Like a rooted VDV that are vetted in his veterancy will less likely be rooted and run away than the hardened, and the elite one will be a lot more less. So it also gives him the bonus about not running away even in the midst of fight, or a fight against a huge force. Another thing is, let's say I'm using this SU 122, and I use it, and hear me out on this, to snipe heavy tanks. Yes, to snipe heavy tanks. And whoever thinks that I can't do it can challenge me. I will do it live stream. Okay, so I see that this SU 122, I want to use it as sniping heavy tanks, and I can get it hardened. At hardened, he will do about the 40% of accuracy from his longest range, and almost 100%, depends on which range he is on a close range. And now I will or use it rocky, trained, or hardened, depends on what I see in game. If I use, let's say in 20 games I used only 12 of these rookies, I can start putting them in trained and see how it goes. If again I only use 12 or even 10, I will put them on harden, because the better performance they will give me in game, the better it is. Because in 1 against 1 ranked, it's about each unit, how much it gives you, the output of it give away to you in game, in which section of the game also, because some units you use only in the beginning, some in the middle, and some in the end, and some you use throughout the whole game, and depends if they die, they die. Like F1 Nighthawks. 3. Watch your own replays. Yes, I'm like a guy that speaking again and again at the same thing. Watch your own replays. This is important not only for deck creation, it's important about waging war, scouting, anything in the game is watch your own replays. Watch your enemy, understand what he did wrong, where he did it wrong, what could have he done to actually beat you, and then you will know how to counter your own counter. Watch also yourself. If you don't know how to analyze a replay, go to my replay tutorial, analyze. Watch your own replays for yourself also. Understand where you did wrong, what you did wrong, what you could have done wrong. Not only when you lose. Also, when you win, you need to do that. It will make your gaming a lot more better. Okay. 4. Losing. Don't be afraid to lose. Losing will make you see your mistakes more clearly. It's a blessing in disguise, losing, really. It's easier to understand what you did wrong when you're losing, and it's so much easier to understand how to do it right from now. Because you watch a replay, you understand at which point you did wrong, what you did wrong, what you could have done wrong correctly, and you will also learn the other player, which also goes to scouting and waging war. 5. Okay, 5 I did analyze is crucial, so go and watch my analyze tutorial. You see, I said it twice. That means it's really crucial. 6. Try and play different strategies. Understand what their weaknesses and what their strong sides. I know I said it in the beginning, but that's also a point. And as I said, by trying it all, you will understand everything about that strategy. You will understand what to do and what not to do. At which point of this strategy, it's good for you to attack. At which point of this strategy, your enemy strategy, I mean, you will be able to attack from the side, from which flank. So by doing it all, you will be able to understand the whole game process better and be better with your main strategy or your main strategies better. Okay. Oh shit. Didn't I had some, yeah, homework, sorry guys. And okay, in the first rule, the basic rule, I also have homework for you, for all the guys that don't believe in very cheap units and units that what you can do with certain units even that they're cheap. So homework for you: try to use Aussies, 10-point Aussies, or the SU-122, but just so you know that SU-122 is a lot easier to kill a heavy tank than an Aussie. So try to use those Aussies. I want to see a replay of people actually in ranked 1 against 1, people using Aussies and killing a heavy tank. If you succeed in that, this is your homework. Try and go kill a heavy tank with inferior vehicle. It's not like an MBT. An MBPT can kill a T-80U from the front, no problems. But the Aussies have a lot more problem. His rate of fire is so slow. He's only firing if he's static. So there is a lot of problems to the Aussies. If you want, if you're not very sure of yourself, try with the BDRs to actually kill high-end tanks in the beginning, and then go to Aussies, because with the BTRs you will be able to do it easily, really easily. So that's your homework. Go and try and do that. It will also teach you the way to handle units. Also, if you're not using Russia, it's not a problem. There is so many other units that are almost the same. Americans, if I'm not mistaken, also have those Aussies with recall guns on them, and other cheap tanks or really cheap vehicles. Now, I don't want to see like a huge force of 12 Aussies against 1 Leopard and the Aussies win in the end because they're overwhelming. No. I want to say something smart. I don't tell you not to use heavy tanks against a heavy tank at the same time and an Aussie, but don't use like crazy amount of units against 1 heavy tank and just, oh my god, I managed to win against him after he killed all of my heavy tanks. all of my ATGMs that were shooting at him. No, I want you to actually have a fight that you won because with less points lost than him. That's when you win. Okay, so I know this isn't a walkthrough tutorial. It's not explained to you, okay, you need to take this MTLB and put it in your deck and use it correctly. Put it in a forest and shoot at enemies' tanks. No, this is not it. This is actually explanation or tutorial of how to think better, how to get yourself better. And that's what I'm trying to do in this series. I'm trying to make you the best you can be. Not the best you can be when you're trying out whatever I tried. No, the best you can be. Next is Wage and War. Okay, if you want, guys, go and I'm starting web classes. It's on Sunday. Message me on Facebook. It's dima.bernard.5 or on Twitch, but I would prefer on Facebook, as I've been able to update on Facebook and give you more information about my streaming time and blah 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 blah. Plus, I'll give you homework and other stuff to do on the Facebook. Also, on Twitch, I'm WolfEater /Wargame /IL. And do I forget something? I think I forgot something. Who don't care. From this video, there will be more advanced decorations and manipulations or other systems as the metagame of WALB will progress, and I will be able to come out with different decks to actually rush or to do very aggressive beginning games with a certain deck creation, a certain manipulating of the deck system in order to get a win, the whole strategy thing. I'll be getting it out. There's few videos. If I will be able to fucking make the annotation work, I'll be happy, and somehow I'll do the annotation go into at certain points. But if not, go into my playlist. You will be able to see all my tutorials, all my walkthroughs, some of the good games or my bad games. Like, not the bad games, they're all good. It just I lost in them. I did a mistake. So some of them I put on YouTube, some of them I put on highlight on Twitch. Be connected also into my streaming times, as I do it all live. All of these tutorials, all of this knowledge I give live. I do it myself. I don't show the whole 100% of my game. I actually play like 60% of my gaming when I'm streaming, because I don't give away my secrets. But some of the more advanced and more people that I will trust, I will actually teach them fullest. Every of my trick in my baskets, I will teach it to them. So this is the basics. I hope you enjoyed, and catch me later.